Last month through William & Mary during their DC weekend, I took a tour of the Congressional Cemetery. This was led by Charles R. Bowery, Executive Director of the U.S. Army Center of Military History, as well as Battlefield Guide for Echoes of History Battlefield Tours. The cemetery was founded in 1807 and is still very much an active cemetery. There are all different grave styles because older gravestones and modern gravestones are all mixed together. Over 67,000 people are interred or memorialized here. The original city plans of DC did not account for cemeteries, so once DC was established, they had to find a place to bury dead. This is where ultimately a lot of founders of the city were buried. There are a lot of hidden gems here that our guide shared with us, like we saw Washington's personal secretary Tobias Lear, who was a major family friend. He was later vilified for potentially destroying Washington's papers, as well as other controversies. Ultimately, he committed suicide after having dinner one night with friends. His tomb reads, "The City of Silence," which became a nickname for the Congressional Cemetery. We also learned about the burial of David Harold, Lincoln assassination co-conspirator. He was reburied in his family plot in 1869 in an unmarked grave. Not too far apart is also Charles Forbes, who sadly was the one who allowed John Wilkes Booth to enter into the Ford's Theater box. We saw the grave of especially Elbridge Gerry, the only signer of the Declaration of Independence to be buried in DC. You might know him as the namesake of gerrymandering. This is one of the only cemeteries that I've been in where often there are graves that are empty, which are called cenotaphs. These all look very similar, very much in the vibe of the dome structures of the Capitol. This was essentially Arlington National Cemetery before we had Arlington National Cemetery. So this was the first national federal cemetery, so often legislators who passed away in Washington, D.C. have a cenotaph marker, but sometimes they're buried elsewhere. John Quincy Adams would be one of the famous ones who fall into this category. So only about half of these cenotaphs actually have someone buried inside. Definitely go check out the Congressional Cemetery.